Okay, so what we got here, typical Zox box, nothing modded, nothing done other than the old power switch mod in the back. But wanted to really show the benefit of this tonepad.com Marshall Rat simulator. This basically is a guitar pedal I built. I called it the Dirty Rat because it is the Marshall Rat, and I threw the old Rat Pack on there just for good measure. Anyways, we all know that there's a dispute whether the Zox box sounds like a real 303 or not. I can tell you that there are some major differences here. Mainly in the resonance, definitely in the character of the sound, but overall it's probably, in my opinion, the best simulator out there of the original 303 sound. So one of the things that I grew up with listening to music was techno and dance music, house music, and it all had a really kind of a gritty 303 sound that I was never able to get from the actual 303 or from the Zox box. And obviously this is pretty rudimentary information. Many of you already, I'm sure, know this, but for those of you that are kind of newcomers to the 303 sound and are searching for that tone that you can't just get out of the box by itself, it's because you're not putting it through a distortion or an overdrive or a fuzz box. Fuzz doesn't really get you the effect we're looking for here, but it does provide some pretty cool textures. I went ahead and went with the typical distortion box because it gives me the sound I'm really looking for. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I've got kind of a classic sequence programmed here from Fast Eddie Acid Thunder. So pretty simple, right? Kind of a dry sound, and we'll bring in the distortion here. Filter on this just filters the sound down, which we don't want to do. Leave it big and raw. And one of the things you'll notice when you run the any 303 or Zox box through a distortion, the resonance has a pronounced effect. I'll turn the other speakers on here in the studio. So again, we'll turn the distortion off. And this is with the saw. Flip the square. We can also play a different type of a sequence. Turn the envelope up. Right, so you get the idea there. Nothing too magical. Let's turn that down. We'll kick in the distortion. Now you'll hear the difference. Kick on the saw. Alright, let's turn this to another bank and just try and randomly pick something here. See, no resonance, no distortion, typical resonance. Let's kick this on. Resonance becomes. And that's about it. So if you got one of these and you really want to experiment with that gritty acid techno sound, get a distortion box. I was a keyboard player here and a studio guy for a long time and thought, what the hell need do I have for a distortion? And in reality, distortion actually can really change how you process things in your studio. You can use it to run an oscillator from a modular through before you plug it into a filter section. You can run drum machines through it. In particular, if you want to get that smashed type of a sound, you can run just snares through it or claps through it, any different types of thing. You can really fuzz out a hi-hat. So I highly recommend grabbing some distortions. I started with this, and now I have the Boss DS1, typical orange little box. I built a Electro Harmonics Big Muff clone, so there's a lot of uses for distortion. Also check out overdrive and fuzz. Even if you think you have no use for that stuff, you'd be surprised what type of lead textures you can get out of these things with a synthesizer that maybe, like me, you turned your back to in the beginning. So check it out. Hopefully you find some use in that. And thanks again for stopping by. Check out another one of my videos.